plagued by reboots, haunted by sequels, dominated by the same old shit. Get ready for an original podcast that will gouge out your eyeballs and skull fuck you. Starring Ginger Josh, Adam the Hair, and introducing the immortal Frank. Hold on to your butts. It's the Game Rage Movies TV Podcast.
Cockroaches, dude.
Fucking cockroaches.
Shit.
Here we are. What?
Yeah, relevant to what we're talking about, the bear.
Yeah.
For a fucking restaurant within the show that looks like it's infested with just grungy as fuck, dude.
Oh, it is super grungy, but before we get into that, welcome to the latest episode of Game Rage Movies TV. I'm Josh. I'm here today with Adam.
Howdy.
And if you like all others, or you want to hear us talk about other things that aren't movies or TV, you can go to GameRageMagazine.com and look at all the tabs and whatnot, and you can see that, you know, we have all kinds of other podcasts, like 15 of them to be kind of almost exact or approximate. Yeah, take your pick. If you want to follow us on social media, Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. Twitter/X is at Game Rage Mag. And if you want to see all the nice musical knowledge that Adam has, you can follow him on Instagram at All Gas No Trash Official. And I should really probably write a script for that so that I just fucking say it the same every time, because I say a lot because I just think my brain hurts.
It's even better that you go off the cuff.
That's true. You're probably right.
Because it's a different experience every time.
You know what? That's true. Then it doesn't get boring, and people might listen to it because I say different stupid things every single episode. So yeah, that's true. I never thought, man. Maybe
I never thought it'd been like that.
I'm so ahead of my time, you know.
Yeah,
I'm like a genius without even knowing it. But anyways, so today we are beginning a new series to be watching, and reviewing, and that's The Bear it's on FX, right?
I think it's on FX, and then also it's available on Hulu. So
it's on the Hulu because they have that whole deal with them or whatever. So
yeah,
we're gonna be doing the first 2 episodes, and we're gonna kind of do this in the same way in which we did Shogun. Because these episodes are like, 45 minutes to whatever, I think, right?
30 minutes.
30-ish minutes.
Man.
It's like 30-something minutes, right?
I don't remember. I think it's somewhere. Yeah,
I think they're an hour on TV, but they're only like...
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Anyways, all right. So, yeah, we're going to do this, and we're going to do the whole first season, and then likely roll right into the second season. And then hopefully by the time we're done with that, the third season will be finished. So then we can just roll right into the third season.
True.
So this will be our new mainstay. And then after this, we're probably going to do The Boys, right?
Yeah, I even thought about at some point, maybe we just record the episode. If I end up going to see Furiosa the movie, we could do the review and then just save it at the tail end until we cross over to the next series that we cover.
Maybe that could be plausible. Or we could just put it out now because it's content. It's fucking, who cares?
That's true.
Like the more the merrier. And it's topical now too. That's the difference. Like this stuff, it's topical because people are going to go see the new season and maybe they'll want to hear our take on previous shit.
Yes.
But also Furiosa is like out now, so it's hot now. So once it goes away, then people are going to be like, oh, maybe I don't care anymore about the Furiosa.
It's possible. But then again, for the panel to panel comic podcast, we're talking about a comic book that was out 5 years ago. So.
That's true. Everything we talk about on there is old. So
don't give us the fucking illusion that you actually like us and to feed our egos, because the comic books were 5 years ago. And so
you're not listening because it's hot topical shit. You're listening because you fucking like us. That's why.
Don't feed my ego, please. My head's already big enough.
It's too bad. It's getting bigger. You're going to need to go up another hat size. You're going to be in like an 8 2/3 by the end of this.
8 2/3. Yeah.
8 3/8.
Shit, 9 3/4 for the Harry Potter marks, dude.
Fuck. Hat sizes are fucking weird, dude. I don't know. But anyways, that's a topic for another podcast.
True.
So The Bear. This show, these episodes, I think they ran in 2022 was when this premiered.
Sure.
Yeah, it says the episode running times are 20 to 66 minutes. So
because there are some episodes that end up
So the first season had 8, second season's got 10, and now the third season is gonna have 10 apparently. So that's 28 fucking episodes, which divide that by 2 is 14. So that's 14 episodes of The Bear that you're about to fucking witness me. So anyways, these originally aired in June of 2022 is when it started. So we've got,
does it say when season 3 is?
Yeah, it says June 27th, 2024. So at the end of this month.
Yeah.
So
fuck yeah. By the time, well, I mean, I don't know if Hulu just dumps it. I think it does because Shoresy just has everything dumped.
Well, that's not an FX though. That's a Hulu original.
But it's on Hulu. But
yeah, but Hulu, if they're gonna release these on TV, then it's gonna be weekly like Shogun. So then they're gonna dump them.
But Shoresy's a Hulu exclusive.
Yeah, but it's not on regular TV like in America. It's only on Hulu. Oh. That's why they can dump it all at once. Did they dump the new season of that?
Oh yeah, you got a point because then Shogun was
every week. Yeah, every week. So that's how they're probably going to do the season 3.
Man, fuck. Well, anyways, by the time we finish this,
that'll be done. Yeah, that'll be well done. Well done.
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
The only way to have a steak.
Indeed. That's the only way, or else you get the fuck out, or we'll cut your fucking tie off, like in that one restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, all right. So, I mean, let's get into it. So basically, this show is about a guy who essentially, as we find out in the first couple episodes, he inherits this fucking shitty restaurant in Chicago.
Yeah, not like the exact scenario isn't revealed until tidbits are revealed in conversations throughout both episodes.
Right, but that's the main gist of it. He basically just inherits this thing, and now he's got to fucking deal with it and all the problems associated with it. So basically, Carmen Berzatto, I think that's how you say his name.
Berzatto, yeah,
that's his name, or they call him Carmy.
Carmy, yep.
And he ends up coming back home to Chicago to basically run and manage what's called the Original Beef of Chicagoland, which is, a restaurant that's like an Italian style sandwich and Italian eatery, I guess. I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
But it's a shithole.
It is.
In all reality, which means their food probably is really fucking good.
Yeah.
I don't know if that applies everywhere else though. Like in Southern California, the lower the grade, the better the fucking food is.
The dingier the place.
Oh yeah, the shittier it looks, then the better the food. I mean, dude, Ari's is fucking shitty looking, but man, they make that good ass fucking roast beef. So
I will fight you on that one. I don't think their place is as
okay. It's not as bad as like this place, but I mean, if you look at them compared to an Olive Garden or a Denny's, then yeah, it's not as nice.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, to start off with the episode,
yeah,
we got Carmy, who is in a dream state, and we open with him fucking unlocking a bear within a cage that is somewhere in the Chicago bridges and shit, and he's just like trying to make sure he doesn't fucking die, and then he fucking wakes up, and you're snapped into reality, and shit's already fucking hectic. They're trying to open the sandwich shop so that they can potentially make money because things aren't going so well, as we come to find out. And their resolution for getting things going is this ball breaker fucking tournament, which is a video game within the within the show. That is like a fighting game, but also a side scroller somewhere between.
Yeah, they said that's why it never fucking did well, because it was like Mortal Kombat, but then it was also side scrolling. So people would get sick and they'd throw up when they're playing the game.
Yeah.
And so he basically, he puts out like online or whatever. Oh, hey, there's a ball breaker tournament and this is fucking happening at what time was it? Like 5 p.m. or whatever, right?
Yeah, who the fuck knows?
And so they're trying to basically get ready to get this shit going. And so he's trying to figure shit out. He doesn't have enough fucking meat, right? That's one of the things that pops up in the beginning of the episode where he's like, the meat guy comes and he's like, what the fuck? This is 25 pounds. I wanted 250. And he's like, yeah, you ain't got no money for that, bitch. Like you only had enough money for 25 pounds. And he's like, great, with this little fucking tiny ass cooler of fucking roast beef or whatever, I'm going to fucking have to figure this out. So then he's like, okay, I gotta figure out what I'm going to do to get this paid. So I think you had the whole thing in order, right? So
yeah,
you took notes.
I think I could basically work us through each episode, and then you can chime in with whatever thoughts you have.
That works.
All right, cool. So yeah, Carby's having this trouble where he doesn't have enough meat to make the sandwiches, and he basically has to trade personal items to equate to the amount that he would need to get the 250 pounds that he needs. And then this character is introduced, Sydney, who is got an impressive resume. And Carby's like, what the fuck are you doing here? You went to culinary school and you accomplished all these things. Like, why do you want to work here? And she basically says, well, you're the shit. Well, we don't exactly know why that is until it's revealed later on.
Right.
So then some of the characters are introduced briefly. Tina, who's the elderly woman in the kitchen, and also Ibrahim are introduced. Marcus, who's somebody that is more on the baked goods portion of the shop, which is like making the bread for the sandwiches and shit. And I mean, already from the get-go, these motherfuckers are already bickering, and the woman Tina, who's the elderly woman, already hates this girl Sydney, who just showed up
for no reason.
For no reason whatsoever. Already fucking hates her. And then we get Richie, who is Carmi's figurative cousin, not actually related, as we come to find in the series, but they kind of get into a little bit of a beef situation because Richie has been running this thing, and when he was running it, he believes that he was making it at least somewhat profitable. And now that Carmi showed up, it's all fucked. And Carmi points out, well, why does it fucking have my name on it? Why does this business belong to fucking me? He basically inherited. Yeah. So then that happens.
He tells him basically like, oh, I've been running this shit this way for the last fucking however long, and this is how it's going to continue to be. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, okay, well, if you've been fucking, if he wanted you to fucking run it, why did he give it to me? Mm-hmm. Why? And then he's just like, oh man, fuck you, bro.
Yeah. And that just kind of becomes a recurring thing within the show, is that, dude, there's so much tension built throughout the episode that things always feel like they're at boiling point, that there's so much at stake, because the shop, as we come to find out, has not been profitable for a good amount of time. And I mean, Carmi has personal stake in it because he just wants it to do well for his own personal well-being, I suppose. But anyways, so we progress into the episode, and Carmi, one of the things that I really enjoyed about his character is that he has a sign of respect for everybody by just calling everybody chef. So everybody's just universally on equal fucking grounds as far as addressing him as chef. And then he burns his hand, and so he burns his hand, and they haven't made sandwiches in 25 years, and now they're just starting to do it. And that guy Richie's bitching that this thing is actually going to be problematic because they don't know if it's going to fucking work.
Yeah, and he wants them to make the fucking pasta. He's like, I'm not making spaghetti. It's not fucking spaghetti, it's pasta.
So then the ball breaker lore is dropped, as Josh had mentioned, that this was like a Norwegian game. It was like a knockoff Mortal Kombat, and that cross between that and a side scroller, just a weird fucking game. And then we get the character Neil Fack, the fat dude that's introduced, and he's kind of like the fixer, I suppose, because he just kind of knows how to fix a lot of mechanical things.
Funny trivia. You know who that guy is?
He's a comedian.
Well, he's an actual chef. His name's Matty Matheson.
Yeah.
And he's like an actual chef. Like he's got a whole YouTube show and he like makes all kinds of like shit and stuff. And he's fucking hilarious.
Doesn't he do stand up?
I don't know if he does stand up or not. I haven't seen any of that, but he has a legit cooking show. And I think he's been on actual Canadian, because I think he's Canadian.
Yeah.
He's been on like Canadian television as like a, I don't know what the show was, but he's had like shit like that where he cooks shit, and so he does it on YouTube. I've seen those. I don't know what he's doing now, but he's like a legit chef. Like he actually like cooks shit and whatever.
Yeah,
which is funny that they don't even have him playing a chef. He's playing the fucking fix it guy.
Yeah, he's got the fixer dude,
which is hilarious.
So then Neil or Fak is talking to Carmi and just letting him know is like, oh shit, man. I know I'm fixing this arcade machine or whatever, but I'm really sorry I didn't show up for your brother's fucking funeral or whatever. And then Marcus, so in the midst of all this shit going on, in order for them to open, Marcus finds like this book, and it has like a letter of recognition for Carmi that he's like he was up there in terms of being a chef. Like he was among the best.
Yeah.
And then more shit starts to unravel. Carmi cuts his finger. And then there's this scene. I don't know why he stood there so long, but he's cleaning out his wound or whatever. And then he's like staring into the mirror, and the tension, the music is like, it's starting to build tension to, I guess, illustrate like the animosity that's going on within the fucking restaurant and then within himself.
Yeah.
And then we have, so throughout like this episode, Carmi's like looking for his like top tier fucking knife, and he finds it on the ground. And then Carmi meets with his fucking sister, because in order for him to make the deal with the meat, he has to get the jacket that he has to give to this guy in order to get the fucking meat.
And he's selling him shoes and shit too, like
just a bunch of like random shit to make it equal
whatever it is,
an even
for
trade
for the money or for the meat. Yeah.
So then he's having a conversation. His sister's name is Sugar, and they're kind of catching up because he's back in the city, but he hasn't gone to go visit his mom, and he's not really talking to his family members and shit. He's just been trying to run the sandwich shop, and they're trying to catch up or whatever. And then he's like, he really just wants her there to get the fucking jacket, which is kind of fucking cold and kind of a bastard move, if you ask me. So then he gets back into the kitchen, and Carmi is, carving up some fucking meat and just dealing some bits of sandwiches to the whole kitchen staff. And everybody's like, oh my God, this is the best fucking shit ever. And then Fak is working on market, because then that's another fucking thing that fucking Fak has to fucking fix, is beyond the arcade machine. He now needs to fix the mixer for the bread and shit. And then Sydney starts prepping a meal for the entire kitchen so they can sit down and eat. And then they kind of have like a conversation where they're all being thanked. I don't know. It was just kind of cool to see like that camaraderie within the kitchen. And then my favorite part of the episode was when they had the ball breaker fanatics just fucking going ballistic.
Yeah.
And then the dude Richie just unloads a couple rounds to domesticate these fucking animals.
So he goes outside. So Carmi goes outside to be like, hey, motherfuckers, you need to keep it down, because they're like pounding on the walls and shit, and they're getting unfucking ruly, which apparently people who are in love with this game are also all assholes.
Yeah.
So they're all dressed up as like the fuck. There's a guy dressed up as a carrot. He's like, is that a carrot? He's like, yeah, what the fuck else do you think that is? A fucking carrot. So they're dressed up as all the characters and shit. So he goes out there and he's like, man, and they're like, they look at him like, oh, you want us to calm down? Yo, fuck you. And then you tell us what to do. And so then he literally gets to a fight with these dudes, and he's getting his ass beat. And so then that's when Richie comes out, and he literally fucking pulls a gun out from his fucking waistband, and he fucking cracks off 2 rounds. And he's like, all right, listen up, you fucking incels. This is what's going to go on. You're going to come in here, you're going to fucking play this game, and you're going to fucking you're gonna pay the entry fee. Is you got to buy like whatever it was, like a pasta. You got to buy like the meal or whatever. And he's like, that's your entry fee, and the win. It's just gonna be single elimination. So you come in, you play, and once you're out, you get the fuck out. And then he's like, the winner gets Italian ice free for a year. And then they're like, they're kind of like quiet, and then they're like, yeah, they start fucking losing their shit again. And he's like, but you're gonna be orderly, and you're gonna do this fucking nicely, and you're not gonna be assholes.
Dude, the best part was that he bunched like a bunch of internet communities into, like, he basically stereotyped all these people, like QAnon on fucking 4chan, a bunch of other bullshit. But yeah, that was like one of the, I think for me personally, like one of the highlights of that fucking episode is like, we were already getting towards the end, and then this situation happens, and it just made it like 10 times better.
It did.
So what did that was? Let me see. Anything else happen in the episode? Yeah, and then Marcus just ends up like respecting fucking Carmi's game at being an excellent chef, because they kind of were beefing at the like I think at the halfway point of the episode, and then. Because he said something back to him.
Because he told him, he's like, hey, man, because he's like, here's the bread. And he's like, all right. He's like, it's too fucking flaky. He's like, you need a fucking, which means it's too dry. He's like, you need to take a fucking pan of water, throw it at the bottom of the oven, and do it again. And he's like, don't fucking tell me how to do my job. And he's like, bitch, I'm in charge. I'm good at that's my job, is to tell you how to do your job. And he's just like, whatever. And he's like, fuck, do it. And so he's like, whatever. So then he does it, and then he brings him the bread, and he's like, yo, here, try it. And he tries it, and he's like, oh shit, this is the best bread we've ever made. God, he's like, God damn it, he was right. So he's like, fuck, that's when he starts to kind of, respect him, because he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, and then there was a part where the conversation between him and his sister, where Carmi's like, oh, I'm going to make this right. I'm going to get the restaurant fixed and everything, and we're going to have customers and everything. And his sister says, like, why are you even bothering with this? It's like, nobody's asking you to save this fucking place. Like, just fucking sell it. Everybody's telling him to fucking sell it.
You've already got this guy or whatever that she says wants to buy it. And he's like, why don't you just sell it to him and just walk away and be done with it?
Yeah.
And he's just like, fuck it. He just like walks away, and then he just.
Yeah, man. So what do you think about the characters, or all the characters that were introduced,
right,
and just the story itself within the first episode?
So knowing nothing going into the show, right? I've seen Shameless. Okay, I know this dude's character on Shameless. I know that was another fucking like Chicago fucking show, right? And I hear about this, you tell me about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of saw this, but I didn't know what the fuck this was, and I had really no interest in fucking watching it. So you told me like, oh no, let's watch for this. Fuck yeah, content, doing it. So I watched no trailers. The only thing that I was like, once I saw this was in fucking Chicago, I'm like, oh God, he's gonna be like this poor kid again or something, and it's gonna be the same fucking storyline over again, right? Where it's Shameless, but this dude grew up or whatever. That's what I thought it was going to be. And I will say I was pleasantly surprised to find out that's pretty much not really what's going on here. It's just that, yes, there's going to be aspects of that, but not because he comes from nothing. It's because he's actually seemingly a legitimate, well-renowned chef, and he's now got to run this shitty-ass fucking sandwich shop, basically, for lack of a better term. And so seeing that play out was interesting, because the hustle, there's a lot of character, a lot of aspects of the previous character that he played on Shameless that also are the same with this character. They're parallel. It's the hustle, trying to find more money, figuring out anything you can do to get more money to get the bills paid, right? It's facing an adversity of being whatever, lower class or whatever you want to call it, and trying to overcome it, even though the chips and the odds are stacked against you. That's kind of what that whole Shameless show is about. So I kind of feel like there is a different, it's not the same. It's not a carbon copy, but it's almost the same flavor, but the toppings are different, right? I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
In terms of with his character, not the overall story, but in terms of with this Carmi character specifically, as opposed to, I forget what the name of the character was on fucking Shameless, but it's not the same, it's the same flavor, but toppings are different. So I'm sure that will change going on throughout as the episodes progress. I'm sure that his character will develop more to hopefully give me something that's like different than what he's already kind of played as. Cause now I feel like, oh shit, I mean, I haven't really seen him in anything else. So like, this is the fucking second thing I've seen him in, and you're almost playing the same character for right now.
Yeah.
So, but I will say I do like the whole rest of the cast is wholly original, I feel like. And it's the stereotype of restaurant business. You got all these people that are basically low level, barely making ends meet. And now he's got to fucking put this shit together because they depend on him to get paid, right?
Yeah.
So now he has to succeed, because if he doesn't, then they're going to be fucked. And a lot of these people are the type of people that you see just as in their personalities. They're not going to get along working at a regular job. They have to work at some sort of place like this. Mm-hmm. And so some of their characters are the stereotypical, like you have the stereotypical old lady. Richie is like your typical kind of like wannabe gangster, fucking, thinks he knows everything, but he's kind of an idiot type character. Which again, it's great. The guy, he's also the shunned character, because he clearly feels he should have been the one that was given the restaurant, but he wasn't. Which, because he's not actually family, he's the best friend of Michael, which is Carmi's brother who died. Mm-hmm. He maybe thought that he was family, and now maybe he's realizing that maybe he wasn't seen that way. I think that's why he's got so much anger about it at the beginning.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very possible. And I think, one thing compared, and I don't know why I'm making this comparison to Shorzy, but in Shorzy, the dialogue between characters is really disjointed. Like, it's somebody says something, and then somebody says something back. This captured what I would be inclined to believe is a believable kitchen staff.
Yeah.
Because there's so much shit going on that it never really feels like things are cued. There's obvious cues, I guess you could say, because in Shorzy, it's very evident. Like it's like a Philip and Terrence fucking episode. Like, you just fucking know. But anyways, this just felt more like authentic conversations that were being had and everything. I think once you see how everything plays out, the motivations for each character and what they see in the sandwich shop, I think it only gets better from here personally, but
yeah. Well, listen, so far, this was a great episode. It got me. I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want to watch the next episode. And I will say, even after watching the second episode, even though we're not quite there yet, but I was debating shit. Maybe I should fucking watch the whole goddamn season right now and just binge the whole thing. Cause this is good. I am sports entertained by this show.
Yeah.
Which is the highest marks we give without a rating. All right.
Yeah.
Sports entertained out of sports entertained is
sports entertained, and then there's entertained, and then there's just shit.
And then there's not entertained, and then there's this fucking sucks. All right. Yeah. So, anyways, go so we can get into what were your opinions and stuff on the
fuck, man? Seeing the first episode again just made me fall in love with it all over again, and just appreciate the characters. And man, I really, even though she's kind of because I can kind of see why Tina was salty about this girl just wanting to show up and be a sous chef she just showed up, and this Tina woman has been working with Carmi for seemingly years on end, or at least for a couple months. Because I think since he took over the shop, it's only been, I think, 4 months after the fact that his brother died or some shit. So maybe it's not years, but they have at least been working together long enough. And Richie's been running the shit. So maybe they've been the group of people that have worked more consistently together. But I guess we can get to episode 2, which starts with a really fucking interesting situation, which is Carmi, I guess, being a student at a culinary arts academy, and he's just being put under pressure. This person that he was working with, who was a subordinate to him, was supposed to make the sauce, and she kept fucking getting it wrong. And he wasn't even actually being condescending to her. He's like, it's broken. You need to fix it. Like, you need to fix the sauce. It's broken. And then his supervisor comes in and tells him, you're a piece of shit. You don't know what you're fucking doing. How can you let these motherfuckers fuck up this order and all this shit? He's like, yes, shit. So then it turns into like a Blade Runner 2049, cells interlinked, cells within cells interlinked. And he basically has to...
It's that mixed with Full Metal Jacket, because he's like, say yes, chef. Say yes, chef. Yes, just shut up and just say yes, chef. You fucking piece of shit. You're so horrible. Like, it's like the drill instructor thing in Full Metal Jacket kind of too.
Yeah. So then we cut back to Carmi making sandwiches, and the kitchen's a fucking mess. So this is flashing back to reality, and they just got done with the ball breaker tournament. And I wrote down this quote because this is something we've been thinking about a lot. Is that Carmi's talking about why they're cleaning with or everybody's questioning why they're cleaning the kitchen with toothbrushes. And one of the quotes that he says is, can't operate at a higher level without consistency. And he talks about consistency being the key to like fucking success. So I mean,
that right there, I was like, God damn, man, what a perfect show to watch while we're doing this, because that's the type of mentality that we're fucking talking about. And he had to go to all this like fancy pants fucking education and work at these Michelin star seeming restaurants to get that mentality drilled into him about, if you're not fucking operating at the highest level, you're not doing it right. And the only way you can operate at the highest level is to do all the basic shit.
Consistently.
Be consistent and do the basic fucking shit. And that's how you operate at the highest fucking levels. And that fucker, I was like, God damn. I was like, I did the little Sammy Sosa fucking, fucking.
One out for Carmi, dude.
Yeah. One up for Carmi, man.
Fucking throw up the ones. He's on God mode. So then Richie, after they kind of close up shop and everything, Richie shits on Carmi for doing all this culinary shit and working at Michelin star restaurants. Like, he just basically shits on him for having all these accolades, and him coming up short in his own life. Well, that's his like insecurities that he kind of brings him down to his level. And then Ibrahim announces that the ice cream machine is broken. But like, dude, that is like a running joke that nobody's fucking ice cream machine works. So that's why they ended up giving the 1-year prize, because that shit doesn't even fucking work.
Yeah. Which is hilarious, because now they just built all these assholes out of money, and then none of them are going to know that was like, oh, that one guy didn't get the fucking shit because it's always broken. Like, none of them are going to know. They're like, oh man, this is good. And they have ball breaker. Like, oh, cool. Like, yeah, let's fucking keep going here. It's like a great marketing tactic too.
Yeah. So then we progress in the episode. Richie and Carmi share a smoke, and then Carmi eventually goes back into the restaurant where he starts fucking doing more cleaning. He basically does over everything, or he redoes everything.
Yeah.
Because
not good enough.
Just a sick individual that he's that twisted, that he's so obsessive. He needs to
be perfect.
He needs to be perfect. And then I just made this interesting observation watching this episode, but it is funny to note that for all the ingredients that he put into making these exquisite sandwiches, that he ends up going home and just eats like utter shit.
Oh yeah, man.
He drinks like a Coke and he eats Doritos and he smokes.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, Jesus Christ! Like, for being some fancy pants fucking chef, he's and making all this crazy shit. Like, he eats actual garbage. Like,
so then it just kind of shows Carmi's life outside of being a chef, and he falls asleep, and he has this. He falls asleep, and then he has a dream of just all this shit happening at once. And then he's like sleepwalking, but he's cooking while he's asleep.
Oh my God.
And he nearly burns his fucking place down because he thinks he's cooking food, but he's not.
Yeah.
So then Sydney comes in, and while she's been doing this position as staging, or I don't know how she pronounces it, or staging, she wants to be the sous chef to Carmi, and Carmi's like, yeah, that's great and everything, but we need to worry about today and what we're gonna do today. I can't. She comes in with like this whole pamphlet or this whole booklet of information that would help him make better financial decisions.
It's like a fucking full-on business plan, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's looking at it and he's like, oh shit, yeah, this would be good. But like, fuck, man, we don't need this. Like, we need to get the shit together. And then the worst happens.
Yeah. So the food inspector,
the fucking government shows up. The man.
The food inspector shows up to give a grade on the restaurant itself. And as it's been shown in the last 2 episodes, the restaurant itself is kind of dingy and grungy as fuck.
Real nasty.
They've been trying to get it in order so that, this thing doesn't end up looking as shitty as it does. So Richie, I guess, had an arrangement with the previous inspector named Ron. And he's so concerned because I'm sure he fucking tipped him or paid him money to make him go away.
Yeah, they paid him a little cash on the side, and then he's like, "You guys get an A. Here you go, good buddies."
Right. So apparently, as the food inspector or the health inspector makes her assessment, she points out that one of the walls has a hole in it and there's a gas leak with one of the stoves. And the way they mitigated that was by putting napkins in some kind of plastic. And there was a pack of cigarettes that were found in addition to that. So
on top of one of the ovens or something, right?
Something like that. Yeah. And so in order to fix this situation, they got to caulk the walls and fix all that shit. And apparently nobody in the fucking groups drives because Richie Richie has a suspended license or something, and he drives but illegally.
Yeah.
And then the other two just don't drive outright. So Sydney's like the kind of the designated driver or whatever. So they end up going to go get the caulk so that they can fucking fix this situation. And they get a C for their grading, which was like, that's kind of, I don't know if it's death for a business, but it's not great. But then again, dude, like what you were talking about, how certain restaurants have like a C grade, but they end up being pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, there's this place called Yang Chow's in Los Angeles. It's like, it's known for their slippery shrimp. They have a B grade or some shit. So it's like, yeah, sure, it's not A, but their food fucking bangs, dude. Like
that's what I'm saying. The lower the grade, the more banger the food is. What, did you say slippery shrimp?
Yeah.
What the fuck is slippery shrimp?
Shit, man. Maybe we should go try it.
I mean, I've never heard of that, and I'm always down to try shit. But what is it? Just this is restaurant related, so like,
oh man, I don't know how to describe it.
It's an experience. Is that what it is?
Sweet and tangy. It's
Is it shelled shrimp or are they just like loose fucking like?
Yeah, it's out of the shell.
Okay.
Yeah, it's out of the shell. It's no tail or nothing. It's battered or whatever, but
It's like fried.
Yeah, it's fried, I think, and then on top of that, it's got this sweet and tangy glazed sauce on top of it. It's so fucking good.
Good. What comes else with it? Is there like rice or noodles?
No, you got to order that on the side. Yeah, but
you can get it just with that.
It's just family. It's just, it's family style, whatever. So you gotta.
Oh
yeah.
It comes with like a bunch.
You gotta look it up. You should fucking look it up.
What's the name of it?
It's Yang Chow's slippery shrimp. You'll see. I don't know if the pictures will do it justice, but man, they taste fucking amazing.
Yang Chow slippery shrimp.
Shit, I wonder if they have. I wonder if they're on fucking. I wonder if they're on DoorDash.
Are they on Pasadena?
Oh yeah, they do have one in Pasadena.
There's one in Pasadena.
There's one in Chinatown, LA. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Broadway. This one's Pasadena is closer to us than fucking.
That's
fucking
true.
Chinatown,
Yeah. So
right?
I don't know. Maybe we'll fucking order that one day.
We should. You know what we should do? We should get this for the next wrestling fucking live event that we do. Maybe.
Shit, man.
Too far. I don't know.
I'll tell you what. The next time, I don't know when the next time.
When you go to next week, when you go to the Dodger game, you should. What time are they open until? You should fucking hit it on the way back, and fucking, isn't that on the way back? Right, Pasadena.
Not really.
No. Is the Chinatown one on the way back?
That one's closer to Dodger Stadium, but I don't think it's gonna taste as good if you.
Oh, you're saying we gotta go there?
No, I don't think we gotta go there.
Oh.
Well, shit. What I was gonna say was what I was gonna postulate or posit was that. What we could do for one of the wrestling events is like we basically get everything from President Ty, because I don't want to shit on whatever this restaurant has, because the slippery shrimp is kind of the
only thing that's good.
No. It's not the only thing that is good, but if there was one thing to try, you would get that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I say we get like President Ty, and we just get an order of the slippery shrimp as one of the main, the main courses?
Yeah, and then get the other little side deals from President Ty.
Yeah, get all the other shit.
Get the beef sticks.
It'll be supplementary to the President Ty.
The beef sticks. God,
Yeah.
so good, man. All right, that's a good idea. All right, anyways, well, back to the fucking
Shit, we're sorting out our meals here.
Yeah. We gotta eat, motherfucker. All right.
Yeah.
This is how we do so much work. We eat. All right. We eat well.
That's our motivation to do well for this shit.
So we can eat.
Yeah, I mean, because that's kind of the benefit of every time we achieve a new personal best is that we end up going to get sushi or we blow it all out on a wrestling event and just eat like slobs and shit.
Disgusting fucking slobs. Like at the end of the dodgeball movie when he's fat and he's got all the fat suit on, he's got all the shit, he's got chicken wings, finds one under his tit. Like that's what we look like after we're done fucking eating all that shit.
Yeah, exactly. So after Sydney and Richie end up going to the hardware store to get some cock, Carmi meets up with his uncle who pays him a visit. And then in the midst of this, we cut over to Richie and Sydney who Richie's still bitching about his fucking accolades. He's like, man, why the fuck do I care? This motherfucker was at a Michelin restaurant and he had all these amazing things happen to him and, you know, seemingly being the best of the best as far as the chef world goes. And Sydney's like, dude, you don't understand what the fuck is going on with Kari, man. Like he is the fucking king of cooking. So
true.
You need to get off his nuts and let him do what he needs to do, because if this thing is going to succeed, and the reason I'm here is because this shop used to be good and I want to be a part of it. And especially if he's a part of it. And I don't know, man, Richie's just, it's not sinking in for him. He's still being a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So Richie eventually answers Sydney's question about what's the deal with Michael? Like, who's this person that's been mentioned in all these conversations at the shop? And then Richie kind of breaks the news that Michael was the brother of Carmi and he was one of the business partners of the restaurant.
Yeah.
And they don't explain why, but he ended up shooting himself. And that's kind of what's been happening, is that Carmi is in this situation because of his brother, because he inherited the fucking restaurant. So then we jump back to Carmi, who's talking to his uncle, and he reveals that Michael, his older brother, owed him 300 fucking G's, dude.
A shit ton of money.
And his uncle's saying, you know, what the answer is if you just sell me the fucking place so that way I can turn a profit and get my money back. And Carmi's like, I don't think I could do that, boss. That's not going to work for me, brother.
He fucking buries him Hogan style.
Yeah. He was like, it's not going to work for me, brother. And Sydney and Richie eventually pick up the cock. That doesn't sound right.
He was making those allusions too when he was saying it. We got to get cock. Like it was pretty funny.
Sydney. So Sydney is just kind of reminding Richie that for all the shit that he's talking, he's actually done something with his life, and that, yeah, Carmi's this fucking chef god. And then we cut over to them hopping in the car, and you get to see a little bit of a sweeter side of Richie, who has been an asshole up until this point. And then you find out that he has a daughter, and his daughter's kind of afraid of going to a new school, and he's trying to be a consoling father, I suppose. So once they learn about the whole Michael situation, Sydney's like, oh man, I'm sorry about your friend or whatever. And then at the very end of it, Richie's like, I got the wrong fucking cock.
He's like, I think I got the wrong fucking cock. And then she's like, yeah, I know. And then he's like, fuck it. And she's like, but I didn't. And then she pulled out the bag like she stole it. Like, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. So then Carmi calls his sister, or actually technically he calls his brother-in-law who's a fucking tool.
Seriously, a straight tool, possibly even a cuck. I'm not sure. One of the two for sure.
And apparently, like, dude, his wife was actually getting annoyed by him too, which is kind of funny.
When she tells him, like, she says, what did she say to Carmi? She tells him, like, something about shut up, and he's like, oh, you want me to shut up for the background? And she's like, no, I wasn't talking to you. And he's like, okay, just checking. And she's like, you weren't even talking. Why did you need to shut up?
Dude, he's a fucking tool, man.
Yeah, man, that was pretty funny.
So then, yeah, Sugar's husband is introduced. Carmi brings up how he almost lit his own fucking place on fire, and then he starts revealing his health concerns that he's having. That he's got like this really erratic breathing, and he thinks it started when he was in New York when he was going through all these trials of being a chef and shit. And he's got like PTSD. So he said he used to throw up whenever he was, going to be preparing to go to work and shit. And Sugar is like making the recommendation like, hey, I appreciate you fucking contacting me and everything, but this isn't going to be enough. You need to start reaching out to people for help. It's okay to reach out for help. And he's like, nah, I'm fine. Don't worry.
Nah, fuck off. Leave me alone. Goodbye.
So Richie finds this envelope that is assigned to Carmi from Michael that was found in the locker room. And originally he ends up placing it on Carmi's desk. And he's like, nah, I'm going to keep it. And then he puts it right back to where it was, which was kind of a dick move.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the episode, you kind of see the workflow of the kitchen staff start coming into its own. Sydney ends up getting the sous chef job because she's showing or demonstrating value and everything. And Richie and Carmi talk. Carmi was one. Funny enough, for Richie feeling like the asshole that left the cigarette pack because he's a smoker himself, it was actually Carmi that was the person that left the cigarette pack on top of the kitchen stove. And then Sugar texts Carmi that it was like a group therapy link or something like that for a website for a group therapy, and that's how the episode ends.
Yeah, so the guy who plays Uncle fucking Jimmy or whatever his name is, you know what else he's been in?
Yeah, Ready to Rumble.
Yeah, buddy. I was like, when I saw him come on, I was like, that's cool, man.
Dude, that guy's been
he's in so much shit, man.
Yeah, man. He I can't remember his name, but
Oliver Platt.
Oliver Platt.
Yeah.
That motherfucker ends up being he's like Paul Giamatti, where he's basically in a lot of movies, but everything that he's in, he bangs.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's usually some kind of fucking gangster. As of late, I think he's always like some kind of mafia guy.
Was he in Independence Day?
Yeah, he was in Independence Day too. Yeah, he's been in a bunch of shit, man.
But everything he does is
great.
It's great. Yeah, he's like Paul Giamatti, dude.
Yeah, he is. He's the Paul Giamatti of this era. But Paul Giamatti's not dead. I said what I said.
So what did you take away from this episode, and what were the things you enjoyed about it?
I definitely thought the irony of them Carmi fucking yelling at Richie for leaving the cigarettes on the thing, and then literally at the end of the episode, he's going to they're out there together. Like he's like, oh, I'm just gonna smoke a hook. He's like, oh yeah, me too. All right, and then he's like, oh, I won't go back inside. And then he looks and he's like,
oh fuck,
oh shit. And he has the flashback of him putting them up there when he was doing that thing at the beginning of the episode, and it's like, you dumb bastard, you did. He's like, fuck, I did it to myself. And he's like, well, I'm not gonna tell anyone about this anytime soon. And then he just and then like I imagine he's like, well, yeah, I'll never admit this to Richie. Fuck that guy. And it is a dick move that he fucking took the fucking envelope and put it back. But I also did take it as he's like, I don't want to get involved. This is back here for a reason. Either Michael or whatever his name is didn't maybe want to necessarily leave it for him, or because how did this get like missed? Where was this, on top of the lockers? Like, how the fuck did he even get back here? So I don't know. I don't know if it's a fully dick move yet. I guess we'll have to wait and see, or I'll have to wait and see as the episodes progress and move along.
Yeah. Everybody's a piece of shit in this show.
That is true.
But they also have a softer side. I mean, Sydney, I think as well intentioned as she believes herself to be, she's kind of a know-it-all. And I think that's why that Tina chick, she already jumped her in terms of employment. She's already senior to fucking Tina. And Tina is like somebody that has consistently shit on this girl pretty much from the beginning of the series. And I don't know. I just for the first 2 episodes, man, it's like you're led to believe this thing's gonna fall apart like at any fucking moment because there's all these obstacles that they're encountering, but somehow just at the end of the episode there's a little light at the end of the fucking tunnel, and that's, I don't know, that's kind of the
and we got like the backstory of the whole, like, the dude fucking killed himself, and we got that whole exposition and whatnot, and then we also got to see that Richie, like, he's still a piece of shit, but like at least he's got the, you said, that softer side. And then you that interaction that they had between Sydney and him, that, like, okay, cool, this, we're seeing the teammate bonding experience happen right now. And it's like, okay, cool, they're in a battle for fucking existence at this point, so they're gonna need to be all on the same page when this shit fucking goes to town, I guess, or whatever. So I'm interested to see where it goes. And, like I said, I almost was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to watch the rest of this. But then I said, I got other shit I got to watch to do for this week. So maybe next week, I don't know. But I definitely can't wait to see the next fucking 2 episodes, 3 and 4.
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about this, but I was going to talk about some of the metaphorical things as far as the show goes.
Oh, yeah. We still got 9.5 minutes left. So go ahead.
All right.
Well, for me, to hit an hour, we got 9.5 minutes left.
For me, I don't think it's any coincidence that, I mean, this is something that is visually told, is that his name is Bearzado.
Yeah.
And it kind of sounds like bear.
Right.
But I think for myself, I see Carmi's definitely the fucking bear, in that, yes, bears can be mostly docile, but if you poke it enough or you agitate it enough, it can get to that state where it's gonna
lose its shit.
It's gonna lose its shit, right? And Carmi's very much the same thing. We've only seen him mostly compose, and he's yelled, but he's never really like lost his shit completely.
Yeah, true.
And to have that foreshadow in the beginning that he's unlocking the beast, maybe that's also the other aspect of it as well, is that he hasn't reached his full potential, and maybe the bear is his opportunity to really take things. Because yes, when you work as a chef at a restaurant, you're kind of abiding by, what everybody tells you need to do.
Right.
So then having his own shop, like, he could literally try fucking anything. So maybe that aspect of the bear is, well, I can also become that uninhibited version of myself in the kitchen too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a very good, I don't know, metaphor or whatever you want to say, but like I think that's probably why he did this in the first place. Like, I think that's gonna, I don't know if it'll ever get revealed or not, but I think that was his motivation for taking this, is because he's like, I gotta get, like, he clearly has fucking PTSD from fucking being in that restaurant business and doing all that shit. So, because I mean, really, that's kind of how it is at a lot of places, or at least it used to be, from my understanding. Like, it was very Gordon Ramsay fucking yelling at you and telling you you're a piece of shit and get this bullshit out of my kitchen. You're fucking terrible. I hope you go seppuku right now. Get out of here. You didn't fucking create this sauce the way I told you to do it exactly. Seppuku, get out of here.
Yeah.
And so that's, I think, why this was like his escape from that. It's probably ironic because he probably escaped the shithole of Chicago. Not to, not say anything bad about Chicago, but I mean, listen, I'm not from there, so go fuck yourselves, all right? But to say that he escaped Chicago by going to do that, hey, cool, he escaped it, but now he's like, shit, I traded one prison for another, and now he's just like, oh, I'm going to come back and escape from this prison to come here to hopefully have my own thing. And then now he's basically in another prison, a third prison, which, because now his prison of choice. Yeah, at least he chose the prison, though, I guess. And yeah, man, him owing Uncle Jimmy $300,000, like, Jesus Christ, man,
it's fucked up.
That's a lot of fucking money.
I think also for him, since he does have PTSD about that specific situation of being treated like shit at a kitchen, that he addresses everybody as chefs. So he wants to create a pretty good unit of a kitchen staff. And I think he doesn't want to recreate the same steps in another fucking environment, especially his own fucking kitchen that he's calling them fucking idiots or they're worthless and all that shit. Right. He hasn't actually done that. And in fact, like with that Marcus situation about the bread mixer thing, he's like, come on, man, like you need to fucking do this in order for us to even have a paycheck. So please, respect my opinion because I've been in that. But he never called him a fucking idiot. He just said, do the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then he eventually earns his respect after he sees all the bullshit within the booklet and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So
anyways, where are we at in terms of
time? 55 minutes. So we still have 5 more minutes to go.
All right.
If we want to hit an hour. But I mean, I really like the show. Like I said, I can't wait to see the next shit. You said the new season of Shoresy was coming? Or was dropped already?
Or it's going to be coming, I think.
Oh, okay. Because that's another good show. I mean, I do get kind of tired of the repetitiveness of the fucking. I don't know if it's a Canadian thing.
It's the timing of the dialogue.
I can't. It pisses me off, to be quite frank. But
yeah,
it pisses me off, but. A lot of the jokes are good, so that's why I roll with it.
Yeah, the degree of insults to come up with the phrases that Shoresy comes up with, man. I mean, some of the shit that he tells that woman he's in love with.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'd be so good to you. I'd be right there right when you wake up.
I just want to come to your house and unload your dishwasher for you. Like
he says some weird shit.
Yeah.
But honestly, man. I thought season 2 wasn't as good as season 1, but I'm kind of hoping this shit turns around. The only thing I really liked from season 2 was that phrase that he came up with, which was kind of the precedent set for the whole episode or the whole series, or the whole season rather, was when he says, "Set the tone, boys."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I liked from that season. It was like, set the tone, boys.
Yeah, set the tone, boys. Yeah, season 2 was a little bit of a miss for me, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll do that one day. The Shoresy.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that.
Shoresy episodes. Because fuck, man, I still haven't even finished fucking Letterkenny yet. I gotta fucking get on that shit because Letterkenny.
That shit's finished.
It's over. I know, but me and Frank were watching it like gangbusters basically, and every time the new season would come out, and we just fucked off on the last season and didn't watch it, so we're like behind. I think I might be behind 2 seasons. Jesus Christ,
man!
One of
my favorite things in Shoresy, or I think it was Shoresy, or maybe it was Letterkenny, when he's talking to the fat dude that ends up being his teammate on Shoresy. Mm-hmm. His name is Frankie.
Oh yeah,
and he has like a really hot like model wife. He's like, holy fuck, Frankie, you look like you love a good slice. He's like, if the puck was a pizza slice, you think you'd work a little harder, you fat fuck.
Yeah, man, that is always fucking classic.
Dude, his
funny.
His fucking jokes, man, so good. Anyways, I think this more or less wraps up the episode for The Bear, and we're gonna have the next 2 episodes for review. And then what are you and Frank doing for? Are you guys doing Jujutsu Kaisen? Or that's for the anime.
That's gonna be on anime. We're doing Jujutsu Kaisen. So you can go there to hear my controversial opinions about it because they are going to be extremely controversial.
Fuck yes, I can't wait. Dude.
So you can go listen to that if you like anime. Go listen to that, and then you can shit on me on the internet and tell me why I'm wrong.
But what are you guys doing on Game Rage?
On movies and TV? We were talking about doing Dune. Because he wants to watch. Yeah, he hasn't seen the first one and he wanted to see it, and he was like, "Oh, and the second one just came out on HBO Max." So I'm like, "Well, fuck, we should see this." And then also, he wanted to go see that new Deadpool movie because he wanted to, since we missed the Dune Dussy, popcorn bucket. He told me, I don't know if this is true or not because I've done no research, but he said that for the Deadpool, they're making a Deadpool Dussy like version of that as like to make fun of it.
They have a Wolvussy.
That's supposedly
it's a gaping mouth. Dude, you want to see the?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna play the audio because I don't want you to hear it. But have you seen that account that account on Instagram where it's basically this dude making skits about fucking things.
Oh, yeah. I think you showed me that guy.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that guy made a video about the dead pussy. I just wanted to show you real quickly because it was something that he recently made. Hold on. Anyways, this is for like the Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
When the Wolverine popcorn bucket drops and then he gets it and then he's like, yeah, buddy. And he's going to go sit.
Starts fucking.
He immediately sits down and he just starts fucking going to town. And then he throws it and then he.
Man, my favorite part is when he starts slapping his own. Starts slapping his own ass, man. It's so stupid. Hilarious. Shit. All right. Well, anyways,
so we're probably gonna go see that at whenever. I think it comes out like I don't know if
the third
already out. Yeah, the newest one. That's the Deadpool and the Wolverine one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Dune.
Oh no. We're gonna watch those probably like on just HBO or whatever, and then probably do. Fuck, those movies are so goddamn long. We'll probably have to do 2 episodes on those fucking.
Oh my God.
Just to fucking get through them.
Shit, there's never going to be a good opportunity to watch this movie because that's like 4 hours of time suck.
Time suck, dude. Like it's like 5 hours in total.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've already seen the first one, so I don't need to watch it. But Frank's got time. He can fucking do it.
All right, fine.
I don't know. So we're gonna do that, and then we were talking about finding another show, but really the shows that we're going to be doing mainly are going to be on anime because they're anime. And then we were talking about potentially restarting the Star Wars, getting that one going again by doing the Acolyte, because generally if we didn't have a Star Wars podcast, we'd be doing it on here. But because we have a Star Wars podcast that we haven't done in like 7 months, we might as well just fucking do it on there and kind of reset that and get that going again.
Yeah, because then it doesn't exactly have to be a review. It could be just the knowledge you have of the Star Wars universe and then add it
how it applies.
With that Bad Batch and shit.
Yeah, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to do for the Star Wars one, we're going to be doing the Acolyte, and then we're going to be doing the Bad Batch, the final season. So
good luck getting through the Acolyte. Not that I would know what the reviews are, but
you haven't seen any. I haven't seen any reviews either.
People have already been getting a bad impression from it, just because I think a lot of people had a problem with the director specifically making it priority to have, I guess, what people would dub as woke shit.
Yeah, I heard that, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see, I guess, if it maybe it won't affect the fucking storyline. Listen, here's the thing. I don't really care about the woke shit as long as the storyline is good.
Yeah.
I don't care who's in it. Just give me a storyline that's a banger. I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah, dude.
But if you're going to have a shitty storyline and the woke shit, go fuck yourself. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, the old Republic. I mean, fucking dude, if they can't have the old Republic in a fucking live action series and this thing is the closest thing to doing that, then fuck.
Then I guess that's what we get, and I'll take it. But I don't know. Maybe, fuck, who knows?
Who the fuck knows?
Anyways, all right. Well, we hit the time mark now, so we're good.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. And
don't fuck the Deadpool pussy.
Oh, well, I mean, you could. I mean, why not? If you're into that, if you want to fuck Wolverine's mouth, go right ahead.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
What if just real quick before we go? What if they had like a little bear trap on the inside of it, or a mouse trap, and when you
stop people from
so when you stick your dick in there, it fucking
it's like that
mouse traps you.
That rape kit thing. That's it's like a tube
condom. Yeah, it's the anti-rape female condom that you stick inside of you, and then it has needles in it that only. When they pull out or when they stroke back, it fucking digs in deeper, and then you just dig. They gotta have a fucking doctor remove it, or. That's insane. But anyways, all right. Well, thank you guys for listening. And, do what you want with the Deadpool pussy or whatever. The wolvussy. God, that's a weird ass fucking word. I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Oh, hey there, buddy. It's me, 1930s announcer guy. Here to congratulate you on making it through this episode. As our heroes are getting in their jalopies and riding off into the literal sunset, they wanted me to tell you thanks for listening to their radio broadcast, and should you be so kind as to follow them on some fancy schmancy radio station publication called Instagram and TikTok at Game Range Magazine, and on some other thing called Twitter/X at Game Range Mag. Also, they wanted me to inform you and ask if you could be so kind again as to visit something called a website at www.GameRageMagazine.com. I don't know what that is, buddy, but you should probably go do those things. And, don't forget to tune in next time to the Game Rage Movies and TV radio broadcast.